Legend says that in the Age of Myth, Alariel the Everqueen hunted the great black stag of Gyren, killing him and planting his heart in a hidden grove deep in the Spitewood. From that seed sprang Kurnoth the Hunter, whose power still stems from the hidden stag's heart somewhere in the wood. The Heart of Kurnoth, a narrative campaign by Glenn Dean, presented by Rolltop Realms. A link to the free PDF can be found in the description below. The Spitewood remembers the blood of Zoldraka's fallen, but the blood of the bull remembers more, where Kurnoth's faithful draw power from sacrifice and the hunt. Hashut's devout warriors come to take it back in fire and slaughter. They seek to foul the Aqua Gyranus springs themselves, to rot life at its source. This is not a quest for balance, but for vengeance. Lauren has learned that dark forces move to despoil the heart and poison the Aqua Gyranus springs, hoping to erode Kurnoth's influence within the realm. With grim purpose, he gathers the Warband, and the Heralds of Kurnoth enter the Spitewood to defend life itself and recover untainted Aqua Gyranus. Scenario 1. Into the Spitewood. In addition to vying for renown, a special rule also applies to this scenario. When a warrior claims a treasure token and holds it during an end phase, the forest yields a fragment of truth, carved into bark, whispered by roots, or stained in old blood. A clue to the heart's hidden resting place is revealed. The warband that gathers the greatest number of these truths will decide which shadowed path into the Spitewood is next to be taken. Even before steel meets flesh, dominance must be established. The warband that asserts control may command how the ground lies, and mark 2 sites worth fighting over, or cast 3 such challenges into the forest, and force their foe to decide how the confrontation unfolds.
Per the author, Emberguard Board 1, no blocked hexes, is used. Players roll off as normal. The winner may choose to select the board orientation and place 2 treasure tokens, or to place 3 treasure tokens and give the opponent choice of board orientation. Additional terrain is placed using house rules and are considered blocked hexes. The blood of the bull win the roll-off and determine the battlefield orientation.
Empowered by spite, as Zoldraka and her warriors kill, burn, and despoil, their daemon-crafted arms and armor grow ever more powerful.
The blood of the bull start the game with 1 daemon-forged dice. After a roll-off, the blood of the bull has decided to take the first turn for battle round 1.
Before the forest can settle into silence, Tokor makes his move. A low laugh rolls from his war-ravaged face. The Spitewood will burn, and he intends to be the one who lights it. With a cruel grin, he levels his weapon toward Lenwith and sends infernal fire screaming through the forest air.
Tokor takes the first activation for the blood of the bull and attempts a ranged weapon attack against Lenwith, but Lenwith successfully dodges the attack. The power step is passed by both warbands, and the Kurnoth Heralds take their first activation.
Lenwith slips aside as fire scorches the air around her. Her response, loosing an arrow at Tokor that glances from iron and flame. Unshaken, she draws again. She releases a perfect volley, her aim shifting mid-breath toward Imnidrin. Lenwith's arrow bites through Imnidrin's defenses, drawing blood and hurling her backward, leaving her staggered. Without pause, Lenwith invokes the Endless Hunt. She withdraws 2 strides into cover, disappearing behind thick terrain and claiming a marked site within the Spitewood. From allied ground, she loosed her arrow, and it struck true. The god of the hunt is pleased. Lenwith is inspired.
Again, both warbands pass during the power step. The blood of the bull take their second activation.
Zuldraka strides forward, covering 3 long paces through the Spitewood. She claims the nearest marked site and positions herself behind a rune-carved megalith, the ancient stone at her back. She stands now closer to her enemy's territory than her own, a deliberate encroachment. Zuldraka presses her gauntlet to the claimed site, and the forest recoils. What Kurnoth would guard, she would defile.
During her power step, Zuldraka utilizes Empowered by Spite, delving the treasure token to gain an additional Daemon-forged die for the blood of the bull. In response, Kurnoth's Heralds play Sidestep, allowing Yalarin, Master of the Paths, to advance 1 hex. The blood of the bull pass on their power step, followed by a pass from the Heralds. It's now the Herald's second activation.
After attempting to draw sight around the monolith, Zuldraka remains obscured. Undeterred, Yalarin advances, charging, pushing deeper into enemy territory and stopping 2 strides short of both Zuldraka and Grisk, keeping either in range of his spear. His eyes settle on the Hobgrot, the easier kill. Calling upon the Herald's pride, Yalarin strikes with unyielding certainty, leaving Grisk no true chance to defend. The Hobgrot scout is cut down where he stands.
The Heralds gain 1 glory for the bounty on Grisk, and Yalarin becomes inspired. Both warbands pass during the power step. It's now the blood of the bull's 3rd activation.
Moradok surges forward, oath and fury bound together. A Daemon-forged die is spent in a flare of hellish light, its power flooding his twin maces. There is no finesse in what follows, only force. The blows come in savage rhythm, cracking armor and splintering bone. Ilarin misjudged the bull's strength. He pays for it in blood.
Having utilized a Daemon-forged die in his attack, Moradok becomes inspired, and the blood of the bull gained 3 glory for the bounty on Yalarin. During their power step, Zuldraka delves the cover token, flipping it back to a treasure token. Kurnoth's Heralds play Deny Invaders. Then both warbands pass on their power steps. It's now the Herald's 3rd activation.
Yalarin falls, and Lenwith answers. She advances under cover, remaining within friendly ground before releasing her strike. Tokor invokes the Daemon Forge, his armor blazing with reinforced power. Even so, Lenwith's arrow slams her target, driving him back beside a monolith and leaving him staggered, his infernal fire flickering.
Lenwith deals 2 damage to Tokor. With a critical success, she also applies the staggered condition and drives Tokor back. Both warbands pass during their power steps. It's now the Blood of the Bull's fourth activation.
Imnidrin, still staggered yet unbroken, she presses forward and claims the nearest marked site. Thick cover blocks Lenwith from sight, though the distance between them narrows.
Ahead in glory, the Blood of the Bull chooses to focus on the scenario's goal, to recover clues to the location of Kurnoth's heart during the end step. The Blood of the Bull passed during the power step. The Heralds play Hidden Aid, with 2 more passes during the power step. It's the Herald's fourth and final activation of the round.
Cullen charges from the bramble and slams into Imnidrin. She invokes the Warband's final Daemon-forged die, reinforcing her armor in a blaze of infernal runes. The axe falls hard, but the enchanted plating turns a killing blow into a glancing wound. Still, Cullen's strength forces her back, knocking her from the claimed prize.
After his attack, Cullen becomes inspired, and because she used a Daemon-forged die during her save roll, Imnidrin also becomes inspired. During the end phase, neither warband scores any objective cards for additional glory.
At the claimed ground, a nearby tree weeps. Its sap darkens as it flows, turning black and viscous as shadow. The liquid traces a deliberate pattern across the bark, forming a rune-like sigil, a clue fragment pointing toward the concealed heart of Kurnoth.
Any unused Daemon-forged dice are lost at the end of the battle round. Extraneous tokens are removed and the priority roll is made. This time Kurnoth's Heralds win the roll-off and will take the first activation of Battle Round 2.
Cullen feels the hunt within him now, sharper, steadier. Charging Imnidrin, he closes the distance in a heartbeat. Hidden Aid creates the opening, and Cullen's cleaving axe lands without mercy. This time, the blow is final. Imnidrin's armor fails her. The forest drinks deep.
The Heralds gain 2 glory for the bounty on Imnidrin, making the scores now tied. Both warbands opt to pass during the power step. It's the Blood of the Bull's chance to respond.
Tokor moves with purpose, slipping around the monolith until the sightline is clear. Cullen is exposed. Flame gathers at the mouth of his weapon. The shot that follows is meant not merely to wound, but to dislodge, to deny, to steal momentum from the forest's champions. The blast wounds Cullen and hurls him from the marked ground. For the moment, the Blood of the Bull have denied the hunt its prize.
During their power step, Zuldraka again delves the treasure token, gaining a Daemon-forged die for the Blood of the Bull. Then both players pass during the power step.
Seizing the opportunity, Lenwith charges onto the marked site and looses a retaliatory shot at Tokor. He invokes the Daemon Forge to reinforce his armor. But it is not enough. Her arrow strikes true, cutting through iron and flame. Tokor falls. Lenwith now holds the treasure token and is positioned safely beyond the immediate reach of the Bull's remaining warriors.
The Heralds gain another glory for defeating Tokor. They now lead by 1. The Heralds pass during their power step. The Blood of the Bull upgrades Zuldraka with shared incentive. Then both warbands pass during the power step. It's now the second activation for the Blood of the Bull.
Oh, the battle turns against her. Zuldraka presses forward, empowered by shared purpose. Her stride carries her an extra measure into hostile ground. She claims a treasure token deep within Herald territory, standing firm where few of her kind would dare.
Both warbands pass on their power steps. It is now the Herald's third activation.
sensing vulnerability in the enemy line, but unable to close the distance. Cullen repositions to claim a second treasure token within friendly ground, maintaining the Herald's hold on the Spitewood.
Once again, both warbands pass on their power step.
Bound by oath to guard Zuldraka, Moradok measures the field and refuses a reckless advance. He steps into cover beside the monolith, taking control of the stone's protection and readying himself for the counterstroke.
During their power step, Moradok delves the feature token, converting into a treasure token. Then both players pass during the subsequent power step opportunities. The Heralds take their fourth activation for Battle Round 2.
Cullen presses forward, drawing closer to his prey, while keeping his focus on the greater objective. He moves into the dense, obscuring terrain at the center of the field and claims the treasure token hidden within it.
Eager for blood, and with no relevant cards to play, both warbands pass during the power step. The Blood of the Bull take the final activation for Battle Round 2.
Zuldraka's eyes track Cullen's approach. She could charge, yet she does not. She plants herself firmly on the claimed ground and raises her guard, daring the Herald to test her resolve. The Bull do not retreat, and they do not yield. The mission is to collect clues to the hidden heart of Kurnoth and defile it. When the fighting quiets, the forest answers. Beneath the marked ground, roots writhe and braid together. Slowly, deliberately, they rise into the shape of a stag's antler. Another clue is revealed. The trail toward Kurnoth's heart grows clearer.
During their power step, Moradok is upgraded with Duelist. The Heralds upgrade Lenwith with Killing Blow. No additional objective cards are scored. The board is reset and an initiative roll is made to determine who will activate first in the third and final battle round.
Cullen closes the distance with ruthless precision, placing himself beyond Moradok's reach. Zuldraka stands her ground, but the forest does not stand with her. His axe falls, iron splits, Gyron trembles. The Bull's champion is no more.
The Heralds gain 3 glory for defeating Zuldraka and immediately play No Trespassers for an additional glory point, with neither warband having any other relevant cards to play. The Blood of the Bull will take their first activation.
Moradok stands alone, will unshaken. He adopts a guarded stance upon the treasure token, bracing himself for what comes next. Then he delves into the site's hidden power, empowered by spite. Infernal light flickers back to life around him.
In his power step, Moradok delves a treasure token and gains a Daemon Forged die. The remaining power step opportunities are passed, and the Heralds take their second activation.
The prey has thinned. The field is quieter now. Lenwith threads her way through the central brambles, the hidden site just ahead. One more stride would have secured it, but she stops short, still outside its claim. The forest holds its breath.
The end is near as both warbands pass on the power step. Moradok will take his second activation.
The monolith's shadow cloaks Moradok as he steadies his breathing. Zuldraka's fall burns in his thoughts, but rage is tempered into calculation. He waits for the right moment, the precise distance, the single misstep, before unleashing his charge.
In his power step, Moradok will delve the feature token, converting it to a treasure token. With passes given, the Heralds take their third activation. Lenwith moves on to the central treasure token, attempting to tie for the endgame clue count. With both warbands passing on the power step, it's Moradok's activation.
Moradok surges forward, not for slaughter but for position. His blows force Lenwith back, denying her hold on the marked site. Then, with a controlled step born of duelist's instinct, he occupies the ground she abandoned. The bull may bleed, but it still stands.
Moradok deals 2 damage to Lenwith, staggering her and driving her off the treasure token. With his duelist upgrade, he moves 1 hex to claim the treasure token. Both warbands pass on the power step. The Heralds take their final activation of the game. In the Herald's final activation, Lenwith charges to an unclaimed treasure token, positioning herself carefully to keep Moradok within range. She looses her shot, but the arrow misses its mark, glancing away without harm. The chance at a clue count stalemate slips away. With another series of passes during the power step, Moradok spends the last activation of the game taking a guarded stance. The Blood of the Bull pass on their final end phase, having no relevant cards to play. Heralds play "This Is Our Turf" and gain a glory. The final glory count, 7 for Kurnoth's Heralds, 3 for the Blood of the Bull.
The forest resists. The ground splits with a groan as blackened roots writhe upward, forced into the shape of a stag's antler. Sap beads along them like dark tears. The antlers curve angles toward a distant quarter of the Spitewood, even under iron and spite. The forest cannot conceal its god forever. The final clue of this clash is revealed. The hunt held the ground. The bull claimed the trail.
Thanks for checking out Scenario 1 of this 5-part campaign. I'm running it solo, so if you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a comment, a like, or a subscribe. It helps more than you think, and it gives me the motivation to keep making more nerdy content.